Have you ever noticed the more you think, the less you fit in? It's weird. You start asking questions nobody else seems to care about, like why am I here? Or what if money is just a collective hallucination? And suddenly you're the weirdo at the dinner table. You're not rude, you're not trying to be edgy. You're just thinking. But here's the plot twist. History, science, and psychology all agree. Deep thinkers don't just feel isolated, they're built to be. And today we're diving into exactly why that happens, how it's wired into human nature, and why, if you play it right, it can actually be your greatest strength. Society has always had a deep thinker problem, from Socrates being forced to drink poison to Galileo being punished for saying the earth wasn't the center of the universe. It's clear. The world loves comfort more than truth. Why? Because comfort feels safe. Truth feel like moving furniture in the middle of the night. It wakes people up, and they're not happy about it. Socrates annoyed Athens so much they literally voted to kill him. Why? He asked questions that made the powerful look foolish. Tesla died broke while others profited off his ideas, because his vision was decades ahead of what people could accept. Deep thinkers are often treated like human error messages. You show up in society's mental operating system, and suddenly a pop-up says, "Warning, this information may cause discomfort." The mirror effect. Why people avoid you. Here's the kicker. People don't avoid deep thinkers because you're wrong. They avoid you because you're right. When someone stands next to a bodybuilder, they admire the muscles. When they see someone wealthy, they might envy them. But when they meet someone with sharper thinking, the brain says, "Warning, this person makes me feel small inside." Psychologists call this the mirror effect. You don't just share ideas. You reflect people's mental limitations back at them, and most would rather smash the mirror than see what's inside. Intelligence threatens identity. Here's where it gets deep. Intelligence hits people where it hurts most, their sense of self. We don't define ourselves by our biceps or bank accounts. We define ourselves by what we believe. So when you question someone's beliefs, you're not just disagreeing, you're messing with their very identity. Example, ever told someone their political hero might not be perfect? Watch their pupils dilate, their breathing change. That's the amygdala saying, "We're under attack." One way this is hardwired into our brains. Back in the tribal days, being the odd one out wasn't quirky, it was deadly. If you annoyed the tribe, you didn't just lose friends. You lost your hunting buddies, your shelter, and your safety from saber-toothed tigers. So our brains evolved to value fitting in over being right. The guy saying, "Hey, maybe that cave has a bear in it," was ignored if the group already decided it was safe. Better to be wrong together than right alone, at least from an evolutionary standpoint. The biases that make people resist truth. Three main mental bugs keep deep thinkers from being embraced. 1. Dunning-Kruger effect. The less someone knows, the more they think they know, so they dismiss you as overcomplicating things. 2. Status quo bias. New ideas feel threatening, so people cling to the familiar, even if it's wrong. 3. Backfire effect. Show someone hard evidence against their beliefs, and they double down instead of changing their mind. Why groups fear you more than individuals. Stanford researchers found something fascinating. One-on-one, people don't feel as threatened by intelligence. But in a group, threat levels spike. Why? In groups, it's not just about the idea, it's about status. If you say something that makes someone look foolish in front of others, they'll fight you like a cornered raccoon to protect their social standing. Social media, the new intellectual graveyard. Let's be honest. Online, thoughtful ideas get destroyed by the algorithm. A 2-minute rant on why consumerism is hollow gets crushed by a 6-second video of a raccoon eating cotton candy. The internet rewards emotional, fast, and flashy, not deep, nuanced thought. This means deep thinkers are like rare, slow-growing trees, trying to thrive in a field of fast-growing weeds. The Schopenhauer perspective. The Curse of Clarity philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer didn't sugarcoat it. The higher your intellect, the less sociable you will be. Why? Because once you see through the games people play, the small talk, the fake smiles, the endless chasing of money and status, it's hard to pretend you don't see it. Most people run on what he called the will to live, chasing comfort, pleasure, and survival. Deep thinkers often run on the will to truth, chasing understanding, even if it hurts. The emotional side of being a deep thinker. You crave deep conversations but get stuck in small talk hell. You see through manipulation but get labeled negative or too intense. You can't turn off your brain even when you wish you could. It's not that you want to be distant. It's that your lens on reality makes most interactions feel, well, fake. How to survive and thrive as a deep thinker. Find your tribe. There are others like you. They're just harder to find. Seek them out. 2. Learn to translate. Package deep ideas in simple, relatable terms without watering them down. 3. Pick your battles. Not every conversation needs to be a philosophy debate. Sometimes you let people enjoy their illusion. 4. Use humor as a Trojan horse. Make people laugh, then slip the truth in when they least expect it. The world may not always welcome deep thinkers, but it desperately needs them. Every major leap forward in science, ethics, art, came from someone willing to be misunderstood. If you feel alone in your thoughts, remember, you're not weird, you're ahead of schedule. If this made you think differently, you're exactly the kind of mind I want on this channel. Hit subscribe, drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear the biggest truth you've ever told that made people uncomfortable. And if you're brave enough, share this with a friend who thinks they think deeply.